Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bruce Konechny. Welcome to my podcast, One Man's Voice. Today is January 14th, 2019. Two things I want to talk about, AOC and Grandma Nancy Pelosi and her wall problem. First with AOC. She sat there, now understand this, she has a degree in international relations. She also has a degree in economics. Ladies and gentlemen, she wants to have socialism in this country like they have in England. I'll just use England. I'm not going to talk about those other Swedish countries or the northern countries. She wants to have that, but she doesn't understand that part of the British experience is a capitalist system. When I was there in the 1990s, late 80s, 1990s, they actually sold stock in the British Electric. In other words, people could invest in their own country's electric system. And they have a great electric system over there when it comes to ensuring that the people get paid. That's a capitalist idea. But Cortez does not want to go towards that. What she wants is total control by the federal government. And she has no clue what she's talking about. If she did, she wouldn't have used the Norwegian countries in Britain, because they don't follow a socialist system. They follow a capitalist system. And that's the sad part. This is the dumbing down of our students, our children. Now, there's one of two things. Either she did not pay attention while she was sitting in the classroom, or Boston College has watered down international and economic studies so much that she has no clue what she's talking about. One of the things she mentioned, and we know this, is that unemployment is down because people have two jobs. When you sit there and have that stupidity on national television, you better expect to be ridiculed for it. If there are 10,000 on the unemployment list and I get 3 jobs, how many people are on unemployment? 10,000, right? But if there's 5,000 jobs that open up and 5,000 on unemployment, take those. Now how many do we have on unemployment? 5,000. Has nothing to do with how many jobs I have. I could have 20. Doesn't matter. What matters is how many people who don't have a job now have a job. So wake up, AOC. Wake up and stop being stupid. My recommendation to you, as I've told a lot of young airmen that went into the Air Force, keep your mouth shut and your ears and your eyes open. Learn and experience what is going on around you. And once you grasp a hold of what's happening, then you become an integral part, whether you agree with it or not. If you don't agree with it, speak out against it. But don't come out and give up your ideas about how to make changes when you don't even know what the system is all about. And that's what she's doing. So she needs to grow up. She really needs to travel around the world. Oh, wait a minute. She didn't even have enough money for her apartment in Washington, D.C. And here she's the daughter of an American businessman who owned his own business, worked hard and diligently to get money to help put her through school, to raise her, to give her clothes on her back, to put food in her mouth, to put a roof over her head, that worked in the capitalist system. And here she turns her back on it. She turns her back on her father in doing that. So she needs to wake up. She needs to go around the world. She needs to see what different things are all about, different societies are all about. And then maybe she'll come back with an international relations degree and have a better understanding of the world. Second point is Nancy Pelosi and the wall. Now, President Trump sat down with her and said, Nancy, if I open up the government in 30 days, will you talk about building the wall? And she emphatically said no. He thanked her and walked out of the room. I support President Trump in not opening the border. I really do. And not opening the government. Those 80,000 people are being held hostage by the Democrats, not by the Republicans, as everybody might tell you. Yes, he shut down the government, or excuse me, partial shutdown of the government. 80,000 people are without paychecks. That's what he did. How do you get about it? Sit down, negotiate, and come up with a decision. Now, here she said, let's put it off until later. But when she said that, she's turned around and said emphatically, no, we're not going to discuss the wall. You see how she is talking out of both sides of her mouth? Oh, I care about the American people. Let's put the American people back to work. We'll discuss the wall later. And when asked to discuss the wall later, she said, no, I'm not going to do it. Now, I have to get, Fox News has absolutely no clue what they're talking about. You see, they're putting all of this saying that it's the vote for the Democrats, vote for the Democrats. But that's not what it's all about, people. It really isn't. Once you open the border, you flood this country with people from all around the world trying to get jobs where there won't be enough jobs. Drugs will come in here freely, and those who have money will buy it and wind up in death row. Prostitution will grow. Sex trafficking will grow. But that's okay. That's okay. All right? Because the overall picture is this. You have the European Union. All of the countries fall under, even though they have their own governments, they fall under the authority of the European Union, with the exception of Great Britain. They're fighting that. That's what Brexit is all about. We're tired of listening to you. We're closing our borders and we're not allowing people to come into this country. Once they open the border, once they tear down the wall, then you're going to see, what they call the American Union. And that means all of South America, America, and Canada will become one union. And the Democrats want to control that union. That's why they're fighting so hard to get people in positions. And once they are in control, the UN is going to come out and talk about, which they have already, the agenda for 2030, the UN, one world government, under which socialism will be the governing body. And the redistribution of wealth by force, if necessary, from companies, countries, and individuals. That is what they're looking for. And once the Democrats take control, there's no more voting for Democrat or Republican or liberal or socialist or anything. The Democrats will be in total control of this country. And only if you are a Democrat will you be allowed to go for a government position. That sounds a lot like Russia and the Communist Party. If you're not a member of the Communist Party, you cannot become a member of their government. And that's what Nancy Pelosi and her denial of the wall is all about. Now, Jim Costa went down there and proved the wall works. It works to stop the creation of the American Union. And Nancy is fighting. She wants it. She wants the Democrats to be in control of all of the North American Union, or the American Union. And you think that that's going to last? When you have socialist dictators in the South, when you have cartels that will kill to put their own people in office, you really think the Democrats are going to remain the Democratic Party? You are so foolish and stupid. You're like Cortez. You have no clue of what's going on in South America because the news media will not tell you it's a dangerous situation. So do you want the one world government? Do you want the American Union? Do you want the Democrats in total control? If you do, continue the way you're going. If not, call your representatives and say, stop this bickering. Now, one of the things and I wish you'd go back and listen to the news reels, where crybaby Chuck Schumer said, we will resist, the Democratic Party will resist President Trump at every step we can. We're not going to support him in any way, shape, or form. They used a false narrative to start an investigation. The corruption in the top level of the FBI was unheard of any time before. It is sad that this Democratic Party is still, even though they have control of the House of Representatives, still resist what the president is trying to do for the American people. And you Democrats, you think they're for you? They're not for you. If we don't get the wall, the border gets open, we get flooded by people from all around the world who are going to take the jobs that you should have away from you. And you'll be on unemployment till unemployment runs out. Then you're going to have to be on welfare. And the burden of the welfare community in this country will destroy our democracy. It will destroy our government. And the Democrats would have won, taken control, and changed us from an independent nation, strong leaders of the world, to nothing more than a third-class citizenship and part of the American Union with them in control. If that's what you want, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. I don't care if you're an atheist or a Christian or a Catholic. If that's what you want, continue to vote for the Democrats. Continue to support the Democrats. But if you want to keep your jobs in America, if you want to keep America strong, if you want to keep America the leaders in this world, then you need to call your Democratic representatives and say, stop playing games and go along with the President of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bruce Konechny. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a great day.